Alright, here we go. We're live. How is everyone doing today? As usual, we're going to get a quick mic test, video test. Can you hear me okay? Can you see the screen moving okay? Somebody in the comments has had a very, very good day. But unfortunately, I can't pronounce your name. I'm going to read the comment. Today, I made my first $100 on crypto. For some of you, it may be a normal thing, but for me, $100 in one day, that's amazing. $100 in a day is amazing. I still remember how it felt for me, because it would take you a lot of time to make it, and with regular labor type jobs, and more than that, it would take you a lot of physical effort, a lot of time and effort, really. But with trading, you do it sitting on your ass all day, and so it's pretty magical. Congratulations, welcome to the club. And please keep it safe. Please trade safely and respect your money. Really, really big day for you. For those of you who are just tuning in, somebody commented today that he made his first, or she made his or her first ever $100 on crypto, and then mentioned that for some of you, $100 might not be a big thing, but for this person, it was amazing. And it absolutely 110% is very, very cool. So guys, as we're coming in, I don't see anything in the comments yet that audio and everything is fine. Okay, yeah, actually it is okay. Phil, smash up the likes and the pineapple. Yeah, so if we like pineapple on pizza, if we're normal people here today, let's smash up the likes. Rich, R. Larkin Investments saying a win is a win, and I absolutely agree. Yeah. Well, you're congratulations to you, man. I mean, you're fully welcome. And we're gonna get straight into it because we're having a good day in the markets today. Yeah, everyone loves it. Everyone's congratulating you, man, because it's huge. You know, $100. It doesn't matter. You know, if you traded with 10 times more money, you would have made $1,000, and that's pretty damn impressive to make in a day. So here's what happened since the last video. We ended up dumping down a little bit, found support at the 36k level, and I did show you that this was a light area of support, so it's cool that that happened. And then we've tested the resistance again. This hasn't happened before. This is why I'm really, really excited today. So if this excites you, smash up the likes as you come into the live stream, because I think this... Trevor catching his first ever live stream with me today. Your YouTube is lit. Thank you very much. I tried to keep it 100% for you. This hasn't happened before. It hasn't happened where we dipped below this level and then made a second attempt at the same resistance area, right? I'm sorry, more specifically, where we got a rejection from this level and then came down and then tested it again. We never got a chance to test this resistance level again. Look, over here, we got a rejection. We didn't come back up to test the resistance. And this is in keeping with exactly what I mentioned in the previous live stream, and this is one of the core ideas that I communicated to you guys who tuned in right at the beginning. Shout out to you guys. Everyone else tunes in like 5 minutes later, whatever, they're missing important stuff. You guys heard it first on this channel, where we were showing signs of strength on this rejection compared to this rejection. Again, this is something that if you don't really know what you're looking for, you wouldn't have seen this. You know, you would have seen, if you don't really know what was going on, you would have seen just the fact that Bitcoin got rejected, and you potentially would have thought that it was a bad thing. But with the Forflies sense and the Forflies eyes, what I pointed out to you guys in the previous live stream just yesterday was that actually this dump happened with a lot more intensity than the dump we saw yesterday. And so we are seeing a trend. And the dump before this, again, it wasn't as intense as this dump, right? This dump wasn't as intense as this one over here, but it was still pretty intense. It was still a pretty strong dump. And I calculated it in both times. Both times Bitcoin dumped very quickly, very low. However, over here, it was a lot slower and we didn't even dump nearly as much. And so we have very, very clear signs here where previously the rejections were strong. Now the rejections are weak, and now we're testing this level again. You know, I love this analogy of we've got a statue and it's a statue of Stalin or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just name somebody who you don't like. And you've got a pickaxe and you're just hacking at it. You're just continuously... I don't think this is a cup and handle. It's too small. The time frame here is too small. And you're just hacking at it constantly, you know, trying to get cracks in it. And, you know, previously... you know, you wouldn't even dent the statue, and now we're seeing a big crack in the statue, and then, you know, the next attempt, it could be what just crumbles the whole statue, and this is where we get our blue sky breakout. And, you know, what's great about this is it confirms the other thing that I've been saying, or it's not confirmed yet, but it makes it much more likely, in my opinion, which is that if we do rise above this level, I would expect a big pump. And that's because if we rise above resistance levels, which we've previously been getting rejected from, which we have, right? Over here now, we've got 4 rejections in a row off this same level. This is now a pretty widely accepted area of resistance in the chart, in my opinion. And one of the key things I was saying to you guys in these live streams is that, you know, Bitcoin, it often does pump, you know, between these 2 green boxes, and you know, that's exactly what I said about this. It's exactly what I said over here, and I said that we could end up dumping lower if it happened, although I didn't expect we would fall below this box, but I said that it would be very possible we fall into the box. And then again, if we rise above this box over here, I mentioned we probably just come straight down over here, straight up over here. And so it's exactly what happened. It didn't happen on the downside again, but the point is, this is an area that we all quite widely accept in the market right now as being a good area of resistance. And so if it is overcome, that's usually where we get, again, pretty nice blue sky breakouts. I have a beautiful example to show you guys right here. I've got to zoom in a little bit, and I just want to show you this green box previously acting as support over here. Look, you can see the price kind of getting some bounces up in this range with these wicks. You can see that the price kind of bounced in this box. Then when we dipped below this box, the same area, look, it turned into resistance. Look at that. It turned into really nice resistance. And actually, if I zoom in even further like a degenerate, the support and the resistance is pretty clear now. Look, you can see we did get some nice bounces off this relative area, and then this area turned into resistance. And look, we got a lot of rejections off this area. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rejections off this green box when we fell below it. And so as soon as we cleared this area, look at the pump that followed. This is huge. Because we kept on getting rejected from this box, as soon as we cleared those highs, the resistance was gone. Nobody wanted to sell anymore. Only buyers remained in the market on a very short-term time frame. But this, we can extrapolate this to the weekly chart. Right now we're looking at the 15-minute chart. But on a very short-term time frame, that's where we got a really big breakout. And then you can see we even came down to test it, to give it that kiss of life. We tested it as an old resistance area turning into a new support area, and then we triggered this really big rally. So it's absolutely no surprise that this is how it goes. Look at this. This is what triggered that really big rally, because we cleared this area which was previously resistance. As soon as we did, look at the big pump, the subsequent test of old resistance as new support, and then how high that ended up taking the market. So once again, if we zoom out a little bit further now and I show you what this might look like if we break out above this green box right here, I think it paints a very hopeful picture for Bitcoin right now, because it's super clear right now that this is an area of resistance in the market. This is an area that people have their eyes on, and people are kind of laying off the buying. But you know, one of the key things that happens in this range is sellers are offloading the Bitcoins they want to sell. However, those Bitcoins are being bought back up, and people are not panicking right now. And so that means there is a set quantity of Bitcoins that are destined to be sold through God's will, or whatever you want to put it down to. And let's say that's 5,000 Bitcoins that are supposed to be sold according to fate. I'll get to your question in a second, Ryan. Good question. You know, if there's only 5,000 Bitcoins that need to be sold at this price level, as soon as those 5,000 Bitcoins have been sold and Bitcoin traded sideways here for a day or something like that, that's when there would be no more supply left in the market, but there would still be buyers, and that's where we would typically see that kind of rocket ship up to this next box of resistance. And you know, just to be clear now, because we're very close to hitting it, I don't actually really expect this to be resistance. You know, this is a previous all-time high, but we literally only traded here for 7 hours plus a day. So, you know, one day and a half that we were trading here. Very little trading history in this range. So the only reason I would expect to find resistance there is just the fact that it's a psychological resistance area. But yeah, a glass ceiling, you know, and we're just gonna blast straight through it, and the glass will shatter. You know, that's how I see it potentially happening. Obviously, I'm not your financial advisor, despite what you guys tried to called me yesterday. I still remember that. You think I'm going to forget. But I'm not your financial advisor, so I'm not telling you what's going to happen. And in fact, you should stop listening to me right now, especially if you're in the UK, because your government thinks that they know what's better for you than your own decision making. And by the way, I was talking to my new staff member. We just brought someone new onto the team here in Dubai. She's going to be working in our office. First time ever we've ever had someone working in an office, by the way. We've had multiple offices, and it's just staff would occasionally come in when they were needed. She's full-time here, so I'm really, really excited. And she was talking to me about, because I've given her the Advanced Academy, the thing that our most successful students in VIP have typically had access to. And she was talking to me about how I used to speak really highly of the UK. I used to say that London is the best city in the world, and now it's changed completely. And I guess that's just a sign of me growing up and seeing reality. But anyway, you know, I don't think that this is going to be a strong area of resistance for the chart. I think it might just be psychological resistance, and so, you know, at most I think we might see a little bit of a dump. Ideally we would come back down to this level and find support here and then carry on higher. This would obviously be what completely sets me off and gets me going and just really, really excites me. But I don't know how much the market is inclined to do that at the moment, and I wouldn't really expect it. You know, Ethereum hasn't really been doing that. I think Ethereum is a good one to look at. Obviously, I'm still in that trade that I told you guys about yesterday. And, you know, the level to retest for Ethereum would have been this red line, and it definitely could and should, in my opinion, still come back down to this level. But right now, it hasn't, and you know, its retracements have been pretty shallow. I've shown you that there were two potential areas I saw Ethereum potentially retracing at. The first one was this line, and the second one was this line, and we only retraced down to the first level of support, but not the second one, which is to show that we hit a shallow level, not a deep level, not a comparatively deep level. And so I think that tells you a little bit about how much the market doesn't want to test old levels as new areas. It doesn't happen a lot in this market right now, and I think that's just because there is a lot of bullish sentiment. Guys, if this excites you and if you're enjoying this live stream at all, then please shoot up the likes on this live stream. We are facing a channel shadow ban issue. It's actually going across a lot of the crypto YouTubers right now, where viewership is down, and it's through no fault of my own, no fault of you guys. It's just YouTube is once again censoring crypto YouTubers. And it makes sense, by the way. There are so many scammers in the comment sections of my videos, of everyone's videos, so I understand. I understand why they're doing it, but obviously I don't agree with it. If we can shoot up the likes, we will bring the channel back up to where it should be, and of course I would appreciate it. If you appreciate this content, if you find it useful, then please do smash up the likes. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, then you really are missing out. I got an interesting question from Ryan, and you know, it's when I looked at the 15-minute time frame and I said zoom in like an absolute degenerate. And Ryan asked me, am I saying that this is something a degenerate would do? What was this question? Let me bring this question up again. Where is Ryan? No Ryan? Really? I've lost his comment. Anyway, Ryan, the reason I was saying degenerate is because it's typically people who gamble. That's exactly what your question was. Yeah, gamblers, they're usually much more concerned with the short-term time frames because they're too trigger happy, you know, like they want to trade something, they want to take action too much, and you know, you can't really find action consistently on, you know, like the one-day chart, because you only get a new piece of data every day, but you get a new piece of data every 15 minutes on this chart, every 5 minutes on this chart. And so if you've got ADHD and you really want to, you know, trade something, and you want to be a degenerate, then you'll zoom in a lot, and you'll try and spot things where there isn't anything. You know, these are the guys that overanalyze their Tinder DMs too much without realizing that they're missing the main point, which is just be attractive. And it's kind of similar over here, where you'd be overanalyzing these short time frames a little bit too much without realizing that, you know, you're competing with bots on these time frames. You know, like you're literally competing with algorithms and bots. You're not going to win. Forget about it. It's not going to happen. You know, when you zoom out, now you're competing with psychology, and it's still bloody difficult. But your odds just shoot through the ceiling. And I think that's a really, really big point. As I go on, ladies and gents, I will be answering your questions. So please do drop them in the comments and make sure you tag me with @Forflies so that it highlights your comment as orange. I can't stress this enough. I see so many questions, but you don't tag me. And if you don't tag me, I won't assume that it's a question because there are too many actual questions that tag me. It's just an easy way to make sure to guarantee that I see your comment, because I promise you, if you tag me, I guarantee you I will read it. Another thing to mention, by the way, I say this occasionally, the channel isn't super big right now. You know, like, we're at 65,000 subscribers, but it's at a point where in these comments I can read every single comment. It's not going to be like this forever, so take advantage of it while you can, because you right now, you have a 100% chance of me reading your comment and answering it in this live stream. So if there's anything you want to know, you're in early, so please take advantage of it. I said this about my Twitter DMs and stuff like that years ago, and the lucky few took advantage of it, and now I have assistants going through my messages for me because I can't. So important stuff there. I want to carry on with my core analysis before I go through your questions. Just make sure that I haven't missed anything. You know, I think Ethereum would be good to look at, but first let's look at where some of these indicators are. Ichimoku support, beautiful right here. So yeah, one of the key ideas that I had in this market right now was actually that I think that Bitcoin right now, it has a pretty good chance of just trading sideways here. Maybe just for the next day and then breaking out. I think that would make a lot of sense. Maybe like a weekend breakout, something like that. And the Ichimoku support cloud on the 1 hour time frame, it supports that. You know, if we end up dipping down here, we're going to be hitting a beautiful level of support on the Ichimoku cloud, which I think could really give Bitcoin a nice bounce up to test this resistance level for a third time in the past couple of days. And you know, if we get 3 attempts at this resistance level in a short time frame, I think that's where we really start stepping into the gold, where Bitcoin can get that breakout pretty easily. I don't see these rejections as being strong or concerning. You know, I really want to put this into perspective for you guys. This rejection that we had over here, within the first hour that we set our high, we dumped from high to low. Look at this, from the H to the L, high to low, 38,500 down to 36,500. We dumped by $2,000 in 1 hour when we set the high previously. And today, when we set the high, we dumped from 38.3 to 38. So we dumped by $300 compared to $2,000, which is huge. You know, like the order of magnitude that of strength that Bitcoin has gained. Let me reword that. The strength that Bitcoin has gained against this resistance level is orders of magnitude stronger than previously. And to say that in plain English, for those of you who English isn't your first language, basically, Bitcoin got rejected really harshly before, really harshly, very quickly, and today, in the same time frame, we got rejected like 10 times slower. So, you know, we really, and we've attempted this resistance level twice for the first time ever, you know, so we're really, I think, showing a lot of signs of strength in this market right now. And I've got to say, you know, look, when you've got the different time frames agreeing with each other, that's where you're in luck, in my opinion. You know, the very short-term time frames definitely look very bullish to me, in my opinion. We zoom out to something like the 4 hour, and we are still maybe technically in a bearish trend, but we're not really setting lower highs anymore. So we were setting lower highs before, but we've actually technically set a higher high now, and we're not setting lower lows either. You know, the last low that we set, I guess it was technically, again, just a little bit lower, but this is basically a double bottom, same as this is a double top, to be fair, but we're not really setting lower highs or lower lows anymore. So on the 4 hour time frame, it's shifting. It's now becoming a case of the 4 hour time frame, this is what I consider the midterm trend, because I'm a short-term trader. Most other people, they consider midterm to be like the daily chart. I consider that long-term. So the 4 hour chart, which I call the midterm chart, it was bearish, in my opinion, and now, in my opinion, it's becoming a lot more bullish, right? The case for calling it a bearish trend right now, in my opinion, is very weak. I think that it's starting to flip and become bullish now, which I'm very, very happy about. And then the long-term chart is obviously very, very, very bullish. So, and that's on the daily chart. Now it's on the weekly chart. There's absolutely no indication of this train slowing down right now. And so, from what I can see. And so I'm really, really happy with that. I want to stick to my key indicators. I just saw a question from Justin asking me what are my 3 favorite indicators. I don't really have any. I use the Ichimoku cloud as 1, and I use the EMA ribbon as 2, and that's it. That's as complicated as my analysis ever gets. And that's why, like, I keep it super, super simple. And as I speak to you right now, I don't know where my trade on Ethereum is, but I think it's at something crazy like 100% or 90% profit, you know. And yesterday I was talking to you about it at like 40% profit, you know. So the gain I've made doubled since the last live stream, which was, you know, less than 24 hours ago. Catalan, yes, I am still live. The gain I made has doubled since the last live stream, and it was all through basically just exercising good risk management and carrying out simple TA, because I'm not using indicators. I'm just using green boxes and green or red lines, and that's it, you know. Like, it's not complicated at all. However, there are some exceptions, and this is one of them. So now what we've got, ladies and gents, is a beautiful spread on the 4-hour EMA ribbon. So this is where I'm going to start considering it in my analysis again. When we lose the spread, you can see how unreliable the indicator becomes. But when we have it, you can see how reliable it is. You know, this was a fake out, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections off this EMA ribbon out of 5. Well, out of 6 actually, which is a good success rate. It's like 60-70%. It's okay. And now I think, you know, we have got that spread again. So again, the EMA ribbon, and this is perfect because these are 2 unrelated indicators. The Ichimoku cloud on the 1-hour time frame showing us some support in this rough area, and now the EMA ribbon on the 4-hour time frame also showing us that if we end up dumping down to this level again, we should be able to get a pretty easy bounce on the market. And I think once again, you know, with that pickaxe, this is just going to weaken the chart to the point where it really should be able to pump up very, very nicely. So I'm super happy with what I'm seeing. If you are too, please smash up those likes. We've got 800, 900 viewers in the stream today. If you've learned absolutely anything throughout any video, including this live stream today, if you found it interesting at all, please smash the like button. It's always much appreciated, and your like collectively will make a difference. So please do. As far as indicators go, that's pretty much all I want to look at. I do want to zoom out a little bit more and see what the daily time frame is saying, because I actually haven't looked at the daily time frame recently. We do have, yeah, just a beautiful bounce out of this EMA ribbon right here. Very, very impressive. And then very nice Ichimoku support here. I don't know how reliable this Ichimoku support will be. I think if we test it, we're probably going to fall straight through it, because I think things will get very... Did I turn off my screen? I'm sorry. I don't know when I turned off my screen. But right here, I was saying that, you know, we have some nice EMA support here on the daily chart and the Ichimoku cloud. I don't know how much it's going to help us, but it's nice that it's there, I guess, at the end of the day. So, blank screen. Yeah, I know it's been corrected. I see it now. Can I check the dollar index? Yes, I'll do all of these things. I'll go through your comments in a bit. I just want to see what other core analysis I can give you first. A very, very good piece here. I got to bring this to your attention. Where am I drawing this from? Okay, this is a Fibonacci that our lead analyst inside of Forflies VIP wanted me to look at. Although he didn't make it clear where to draw this from, but I think I understand it. Yeah, I understand what he was saying. So, drawing the Fibonacci from this low that we set, which is basically where the entire upward rally started, up to the high that we set, gives us some interesting levels. The 382 level is exactly where we got this really big bounce. And, you know, to put it into perspective, since we hit this 0.382 Fibonacci level, we've pumped up by 26%, which is bloody enormous. Still not nearly as much money as I made on Ethereum in the past 48 hours, but good. And that's still very, very nice. I think that's great. I think it's showing us that if we do end up dumping down to this area again, I think we should be able to find some support, which is to say that our worst case scenario for Bitcoin, I think it just keeps on getting better. That is to say, if we end up dumping down to this green box, I wouldn't like it because I think we established some support here, so I would expect a bounce here. But if we don't get that bounce and we fall straight through this level, I would expect some support here. I would still expect that, and I think it would be, I still think it would be pretty healthy for the market. Very, very good signs across the board there. I'm very, very happy with it, and I think that if Bitcoin just trades sideways here for the next little bit, it's going to skyrocket the chances of Bitcoin pumping upwards, and that's going to do very, very well for all of our pockets and trades as well. What else have I got? And then there's Ethereum. So Ethereum, obviously, you guys know how much I love talking about Ethereum. It's at a situation right now where Bitcoin, it's so beautiful. I mean, you know, I couldn't have told you this any clearer, guys, throughout these live streams. So if you've heard it, if you've been a regular subscriber of this channel and you've been listening to these videos, this wouldn't have taken you by surprise. Ethereum up here by 7.8% today, while Bitcoin is only up by 2.5%. So, you know, I mean, Ethereum is doing, you know, nearly, you know, Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin today by a factor of 3 times. And obviously my trade doing very well as a result of that. You know, to remind you guys about what happened, the day that we ended up pumping above this red line, I made it clear to you guys in the video that I think Ethereum could end up pumping up very quickly. I gave you the reasons for that, namely, which are, it's in a very nice trend, but we usually don't trade up to the apex, so breakout time is basically now or never, in my opinion. It was now or never, and then Ethereum ended up pumping up. But I made a mistake. I didn't actually trade it, and I really wanted to. So in VIP, I had to tell VIPs about what my plans were, and I outlined to them that one of my plans was to take a momentum long position on Ethereum if it ended up breaking up to, you know, somewhere around this level. And that's exactly what happened. I did take that momentum long position, and since then, with my entry at, we can calculate this live, at 1521, the current price is now 1725. So I have a calculator, actually. I just bought one. I'm really excited to use it, although I have to open it now, so I don't know if I can do this on stream, but oh, I can. Nice. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, this thing with Ethereum is, I mean, it's a 13% pump and 13 times my leverage, which was 7 times. I could probably do this math on the top of my head. It's yeah, it's 105% profit right now, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. That sounds wrong. I think that math is incorrect, but still pretty good. I've got my calculator out, but anyway, we don't need it anymore because I just did that math. So yeah, pretty impressive trade. It's outperforming Bitcoin, and you know, the thing is, this is quite typical of Ethereum. You know, it's when things are good, Ethereum moves very, very well. When things are bad, Ethereum moves really, really badly. And you know, Bitcoin has had its chance to lead the market. Now Ethereum is leading the market. It's outperforming Bitcoin. None of this has taken us by surprise on this channel. You know, those of you who've been watching for a long time, I've been saying this for months. And you know, crucially, it's 91. Thank you, Junko. 91% profit. That's pretty good. Yeah. So 3 times 7 is 21. My bad. You can tell I dropped out of high school. You know, like I'm shit at math. You don't need to be good at math to be a good trader. 119%. So apparently, we're not good at math in the comment section either. But what was my point? Yeah. So you know, it's being aware of things like this because it's happened many times before. If you're just aware of it, you stand to make a lot of money because you know, I'm basically making the same trade that I would have made on Bitcoin, but in a slightly different market. My risk is only marginally higher, but my reward today is literally 3 times higher. So, you know, you evaluate that for yourself. Do you think it's okay? You know, let's say if I had to quantify the risk, it's an additional 15% risk, and my reward is an additional plus 200%. So, you know, it weighs out really well. You know, it's almost 10 times better to be trading Ethereum than Bitcoin according to those calculations. So I think that really says a lot about this market right now. I mentioned that if Ethereum trades sideways, we could end up getting a pump, and that's exactly what happened. I did say it would take longer than today, but I'm happy to be disappointed on that. And again, you know, it's the same analysis I've got since yesterday, guys. It's Ethereum doesn't really have any resistance here. You know, it doesn't. It's got it's in price discovery mode. I mean, it's setting new all-time highs practically every single day right now, and that means it's you You know, I guess so. You know, Leon asking, is it too late to enter Ethereum? So many people have asked me that question over the past few days, and I've had the same answer, which is, you know, obviously it's not a good idea to be entering anything right now, in my opinion, because they've already taken off. But I don't really see any potential for pullbacks here. I definitely think that the longer it goes, the more risky it gets. But you know, I mean, at one point, are you gonna just jump on the bandwagon anyway, you know? And I think that's where the question lies. Right now, Ethereum, it hasn't really pulled back much. Hopefully it will. Obviously, that would be very nice if it did. And I think that it's got some nice support here. Let's see where I can draw a Fibonacci. I'll start the Fibonacci off from here. Let's see if there's any interesting levels. And right there, bam, 382 level is exactly where Ethereum triggered a further 10-11% pump. So this 0.382 Fibonacci level, very, very important, very, very valuable. I'm very, very happy to see that. And actually, this is, if you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement tool, then we've got content on that inside of the Forflies Academy course. Phil in the comments saying, Sammy is literal proof we don't need to be good at math to smash good trading. No, not at all, because this is more about pattern recognition and psychology. So if you have an analytical mind, if you're able to spot patterns, and if you're good at understanding psychology, this is ageless. You know, like I started, there is no, obviously age will help you, but I started trading when I was 15. Granted, I was terrible when I was 15, but I started trading when I was 15. You know, anyone at any age can do this. And I think that, yeah, that really tells you a lot about, you know, kind of like what the possibilities are. But anyway, we go back to this. Fibonacci tool, absolutely huge in my opinion. 0.618 and 0.382 levels are mirrors of each other. You can calculate that by deducting each of these values from 1, and you will get the other value. And I've talked a lot about this inside of the Forflies Academy. Rajveer asking about the price of Forflies Academy. So I'll give you all of that information in the PMs. Someone asked me why we do that. It's because you get to talk to me directly. I think it's much better than just going to a website. And if I can't reply to you, then my assistants will. So follow the first link in the description down below. Thank you to the person who just reached out on Telegram and saying my videos are awesome. I really appreciate that. If you want to gain access into the course, if you want to gain access into VIP, then the steps to do that are on screen. There's actually a very interesting testimonial I want to share with you right now. This guy joined us quite a while ago, actually. And showing some really, really cool profits. You can't read these, but it's a very impressive gain. I forgot what the number is, but you can see beautiful risk management happening in these two screenshots. But what I want to highlight to you is actually the bottom message here. This guy mentioning, my trading has improved so much. Thanks for the video ebook and everything you do. Chapter 2 in your ebook solved a lot of my problems. After making so many mistakes, I find myself so confident and calm now. Little to no anxiety lately. Juan, that is the wrong price you put in the comments. No, it's actually lower than that. And so, you know, if you're wondering what this guy is talking about, this guy is talking about the Trade Insane package, which you can find with the link in the description. Every single VIP member has gotten that for free. It's an ebook that I wrote about my top lessons that I learned as a trader, along with an ebook, an audiobook, which I narrated. Obviously, if you like my voice, then you're in luck because you got an ebook from me. An audiobook, and then a course that I recorded accompanying that entire package. And the goal that I have with absolutely everything I release to you guys is I want to charge you whatever, but I want you to gain at least 10 times more value. So, you know, you would pay an arbitrary amount. You would pay $50, but you would think, wow, I should have paid $500 for this. You know, like you would join VIP and, you know, like whatever the price is, you would think, wow, I should have paid 10 times this. At least that's the minimum goal. And we seem to be hitting it. You guys have heard this a lot across VIP testimonials lately. People saying that they feel very confident and calm in their trades, little to no anxiety. We have beautiful proof of it over here with people trading very systematically now, very safely, taking risk off the table and being disappointed with still very, very nice profits here. You know, this guy pulling a beautiful 51% profit and then coming back a couple days later, maybe a week later, with a triple-digit profit. You know, literally outperforming his previous trade over here by a factor of 3 times and having another £4,000 profit. So, you know, he was disappointed that he only made £4,000 profit on this trade, and then he did it again because he's exercising very, very good risk management and he's choosing a guaranteed 4K gain over a possible 8K gain. And I think that's all about what's going on inside of VIP. So if you want to jump into it and see how these people have been able to do so well, my assistant has just forwarded another screenshot into my testimonials section here. Take a look at this one. This one just came in earlier today. Hi Sammy, just closed my first long trade with 52% profit. Showed as entry and exit levels, obviously trading this on leverage. The gain is a very small amount of money, but that's not important. Just wanted to say thanks for all the valuable info from the course. There you go. Another beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you very much for sending that in. And if you want to join VIP and see how these people have been able to pull these absolutely beautiful results, then the steps are on screen to do that with the lowest prices we've ever offered. So we have reduced them because Bitcoin has been pumping a lot. It just went out of the realm of what's affordable and reasonable, and so we've brought them down by a lot. It's, trust me, if you've inquired any time before January, you don't know what these prices are. They're the lowest you've ever seen, and it's all ready for you to jump in right now. So click on the first link. You just pause this live stream here. It'll take you less than 30 seconds. Click on the first link in the description down below. That's going to take you into our free Telegram channel where I give you even more analysis, even more insights into the trades I make and stuff like that. And once you're in that channel, click on the @Forflies button at the bottom of any post in Forflies Gold, and then click on send message. This is the only way to reach out to me. I will never ever tell you to message someone on WhatsApp or whatever. My God, there are so many scammers in the comments lately that like have my profile picture and everything, and they they try to get you to message people on WhatsApp, you know, and they will just steal your money. It's happened to viewers of this channel. They've reached out to me, so it's really, really sad. Please make sure you avoid that. But if you want to get in on the action, I already see your messages about VIP. My assistant is still here, and he can enroll you into it. The ebook, for those of you who don't know, all VIP members, we sent it to you by email. I just got a question about that on Telegram, so check your email and you can see it. Let's get back to the core analysis here, though. Ethereum performing very, very well. You know, obviously, I would like to see pullbacks, and if we do see a pullback, I think this 236 level is a potential candidate. I think it would make a lot more sense if we pulled back to this level. 618 level potentially could be a pullback zone, although I don't really think so. I do see, yeah, I see this level as being the real pullback area, 1585. I think that would make a lot of sense for Ethereum, potentially falling down to 1650 for some support, but I think 1585 would make a lot more sense for Ethereum to find a little bit of support right here. And if that is the case, then I think it could just blast on upwards. But right now, it's not really retracing, and actually, you know, just to show you how it moved before, it didn't really retrace, you know, earlier on either. You know, it just kind of, look at this, it just kind of kept on trading higher. You know, it didn't really, unless it had a really, really big pump, which I guess is similar to what we're in right now, then we got a big retracement. But broadly speaking, the trend has always been majority upwards. You know, it hasn't really, it hasn't really, yeah, lost my train of thought. Hasn't really had big pullbacks. I think that's important to keep in mind. Someone in the comments mentioned something interesting here. Ethereum has shit volume right now. You know, let me show you what he's talking about here. Obviously, most of you guys probably know what volume is right by now, but it's this down here. This shows you how much Ethereum is being traded, and the fact that Ethereum doesn't have good volume actually confirms what I've been saying to you guys for must be going on a couple of months now, which is that it's not necessarily that, and this proves to you, by the way, that, you know, it's not institutions that are pumping the market right now, because they have very big volumes. Ethereum's volume here isn't absolutely enormous, but it's still pumping up. And so it's not that a lot of people are buying Ethereum. There are a lot of people buying Ethereum, but that's not necessarily primarily the reason that Ethereum is going up. It's actually more so that nobody wants to sell it. And so, you know, again, this price that you see, let's break down some of the core mechanics of what it means to analyze the price action. Please like the video if you haven't already. I'll have to keep on reminding you guys about it. It's you know, it's the algorithm. I'm sorry if you find it annoying, but it's just a small annoyance to live with. Please do like the video if you haven't already. You're gonna appreciate this one. You know, what we see over here on the right hand side, this price 1727, current price of Ethereum, absolutely beautiful, all-time high. what we see right here is the last traded price of Ethereum. So it doesn't matter if $1 of Ethereum was sold at that level or $10 million was sold at that level. It's the last traded price of Ethereum. And so it could be, theoretically, that only $1 of Ethereum was sold over here, only $1 of Ethereum was sold over here, only $1 was sold over here, and so the overall volume on Ethereum's chart would only be $3 traded, but the last price would still be very high. And that is why we tend to see the price increasing a lot, even when the volume is low. It's just that nobody wants to sell, right? It's just that there is still a supply drought, and so it doesn't require a lot of energy to pump the price up, and that is, I think, quite a bullish thing, because it shows you that there isn't really a lot of supply in the market, and people constantly are moving their crypto off exchange. This is one of the beautiful things about crypto. If people move their money off exchanges, that gives you an idea of what people want to do with it. A lot of the time, those of you who are new, you really need to learn about this if you have anything serious in the market. A lot of the time people will only keep functional amounts of crypto to trade with on the exchanges, and they would move the rest of it onto their safer storage options. This channel isn't about what those are. Please just do your own research on that. But you will see that a lot of the time when people move their money off exchanges, that's where crypto tends to absolutely explode upwards, because nobody has their money on exchanges to sell. This is something that we can see because the blockchain is transparent, and it's pretty important and amazing to see. Will Dominguez, never feel bad for asking for lights. You're providing useful information. Small price to ask. Exactly. Thank you very much. It is a small price, and that's why I don't necessarily feel bad about it, but I know that some people find it annoying. So, it's whatever. But yeah, that's why we're seeing big price increases. And like I said, I see it as a bullish thing, but the downside to this is that because it doesn't require a lot of volume to pump Bitcoin up, or in this case Ethereum up, it also means that when there is a big amount of volume that needs to be sold, it can crash the market down really quickly. That's the caveat. That's the that's the catch, basically. It means that because there is not a lot of volume trading the market up, we can get big lightsaber candles like this, but they can happen in reverse. And we've seen time and time again throughout this market, you can't deny this. We've seen this over and over and over. Typically, the dumps we get will be a lot faster than the pumps. We will erase progress a lot faster than we make progress. We see this all the time. And so, the fact that we have low volume here is good, because it shows us that there's not much supply. And so, it doesn't require a lot in order to drive the price up. But it means that in reverse, if things get bad, if the markets shit the bed, for lack of a better phrase, it will get very bad very, very quickly. That is something very, very important to keep in mind. So, this is just the last price. It could just, I could sell somebody, one Ethereum token at $5,000, and if he's stupid enough to buy it, then that would be the technical last price of Ethereum. And that's what you see over here. So, the other element to this is liquidity and how much Ethereum was actually bought, but you can't really see that. And so that's why the price alone is potentially misleading, but broadly speaking, it's enough, I think, to go off. So, Spencer in the comments, give the man some likes. Thank you very much. Give the man some likes. We've got 1,000 viewers in here, so Phil, smash the likes on the way in to save Sammy's asking. Yes, thank you very much. Smash the subscribe on the way out so you can come back next time and share the video so others can be blessed with this tip-top TA. Thank you very much, Phil. As you guys know, the channel's been performing very well, and it just puts me in a good mood to make these videos. I don't need to because I'm trading very well, but it's fun actually making these live streams, and of course, you paying that back to me just with a few clicks is always much appreciated. So thank you very much. Was there anything else I wanted to go through? I don't think so. I see a lot of questions of people asking how to join VIP, so I'm putting that on screen for you now. You can follow these steps. It'll take you less than 30 seconds. No downloads, no signups. Very, very easy to get in. Like done. Thank you very much, Jahangir. Let me see if there's any other core analysis I wanted to give you before I start going through your questions. Oh yeah, this one's beautiful. Wow, look at this. You guys are gonna love this. This excites me. Question about the Forflies Academy. Can you DM me on Telegram, bro? Because it's not me who handles that stuff. I've got an assistant for that. So he can help you. You guys have got to see this. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is exactly what I said might happen. Look at this. My god, it doesn't get better than this. Long-term resistance. This was a resistance area for about 30 days. You know, 20 days. It first rejected us on the 10th of January, and most recently it rejected us on the 2nd of February. And then, with this bounce, we came back down to test this level and rocketed up higher. This, to me, is very, very impressive. So again, you know, we're just seeing more and more signs of the market being healthy, and crucially, we're seeing opportunities where the market could have taken really big dives, and we're seeing how the market is actually bouncing off them and making really, really good use of this bullish sentiment. So I couldn't ask for anything better than this right now. I'm in my long position. VIPs heard about me entering it. I told them about the fact that I was considering it and different things like that. I don't know what this comment was. I'm gonna put that guy in a timeout. And so, you know, you guys have, you know, in VIP, they all heard me talking about this stuff, and they heard me planning my trade and different things like that. And then they got all the progress updates all the way to the point where I actually entered the trade. And just recently, literally, in fact, let me take a screenshot of this right now so you guys can see it. This was about at the current time of me live streaming right now. This was sent in about an hour and a half ago. But take a look at this right here. If I open a new tab, we just sent this into VIP. This was a rushed post. I didn't really get time to write it up in a fancy way, but this is just an example of the classic real-time updates I give to VIP members, where I told them I'm closing another 5% of my position here at an insane plus 107% profit. So easily done. VIPs always get the updates on how I'm taking profits and things like that as well. Other than that, I think I have gone through my core analysis, so I'm going to start from the top and go through every single one of your questions now, as usual. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful price action. Really, really good. It's already got that blue sky breakout. I think it's coming for Bitcoin next as well. Let's start with the questions now. I see a lot of you guys. As usual, you have to tag me to make sure that I actually read your comment. And let's start going through it now. CJ, alright, this is a comment I'm here for. Forflies not a financial advisor, but definitely susceptible to food manipulation. We did pizza, so what food next? What guys are you going to manipulate me into eating today? I don't know, I'm not even hungry, it's not going to happen today. I went to the boxing ring today, I loved it, it wasn't a ring actually, it was just a boxing bag. Very fun. Really cool way to do cardio, so I'm feeling good. I don't think we're doing any carbs today. Forflies, can you talk about any immediate pullbacks that could come high right now, or will we just shoot straight up? Yeah, I mean, immediate pullbacks, I guess we're in one right now, right? And it's not really much of a pullback. I don't really know. I think if we do get a pullback, it probably, so, you know, there's two key levels I think we'd come down to. Number one, I think we'll come down to this line over here, which is 36,600. Number two, I think it will be 35,500 down to 34,500. So a potential bounce zone here, you know, here, or anywhere in this circle. These are potential bounce zones I see if we get a pullback. I don't know if we're going to get one. This is something that I can't really comment on. If we did shoot up straight from here, it wouldn't be surprising at all. You know, not at all. So, and same for Ethereum. Forflies, we appreciate your time for the live stream. Fuck the scammers. Yeah, the scammers are cunts. And like I said, people are falling for them. So, you know, I gotta say it, you know, if someone tells you to contact someone on WhatsApp or Telegram or something, it's a scam. If they have my name, my profile picture, but they don't have my verified tick, it's a scam. Forflies, chances for Bitcoin to go up? I think it's pretty high. Forflies, where do I put my stop loss? I can't tell you where to put your stop loss. My stop loss on my Ethereum trade right now is at break even, so even if this thing shits the bed right here, I'm not going to lose anything, and I'm pretty happy with that. I like to move my stop loss there pretty quickly. You know, VIP has seen me doing that really, really quickly. That's part of the, you know, this was an example of the real-time updates that go into VIP. Let me actually find you an example of what it looks like when I tell you in VIP that I am raising my stop loss to break even. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I've given a lot of analysis on Ethereum over the past 48 hours. So I don't know how easily I'll find this post, but it's important to show you. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Here it is, right here. So, flash it on screen right here. ETH USD closed another 5% of my position at a stellar 30% gain. My full stop loss has now been set to break even. It's impossible for me to lose on this trade now. So for those of you wondering, I think only about 30% of my trade has been closed so far. The remaining 70% is still in. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like that. And I'm pretty happy with how it's gone. I'll seek to run this position up at least a few $100 higher, and that's exactly what I did. So very, very cool, and I still think it has a lot more upside. So these are the examples of the kind of real-time updates you'll see inside of VIP. Very, very typical stuff there. So yeah, Forflies, do you think alts would tank if Bitcoin breaks out? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Oh, Cardano's up. Look at that. There you go. We've been talking a lot about that on this channel just in the past few days. Cardano's pumped a lot. I don't know. I think it's possible. I don't want to comment on that, though. I think, yeah, it's... I don't know. I'm not really in any alts. The only alt that I'm in, actually, is CHSB, which should be tagged yellow. Moving really, really well. I'm going to make this one of the normal coins that I analyze on this channel now, because it has very, very healthy price action, and I hold a big stake with these guys, so I've met up with the team and stuff. I really, really like them. I'll tell you more about them later on, but this is... I talked about why this is really impressive in a previous live stream, but the main reason is that I know this looks like a shitcoin pump right now, and it absolutely could and hopefully will dump down massively here. But the thing is, when it gets these really, really big pumps, right, we slap this onto the logarithmic chart and we look at these really big pumps. When we get these big pumps, they are sustained. You know, it doesn't crash down into the abyss really, really quickly. And this is in contrast to an actual shitcoin like Ripple. And you can see how when it gets really big pumps, all of that progress is erased within like the next month. You know, and this is not an exception. You know, big pump, all of that progress gone. Big pump, all of that progress gone. This is what a shitcoin looks like. This is what an absolute shit-munching shitcoin looks like. CHSB, on the other hand, gets a big pump, and it does go all the way back down. In some cases, very, very rare, but for the most part, it holds these price levels. Look, pumps up really high, holds these price levels. Pumps up really high, holds the price levels, then dips, and then recovers. And most recently, this is the best example of where this coin has now matured. It pumps up, and it just holds the price level, right? And this looks a lot to me like Tesla stock did before the big run-up, before the stock split as well. When Tesla went from like $190 all the way up to like 2,000, this right here is what it looked like to me. And I think, you know, if we end up, you know, kind of trading sideways now for a couple of months, I will wet my pants. It would be beautiful. It would be so, so exciting for me. What do I think about Dogecoin? What is there to think about? You know, it's just it's a literal joke. There's nothing to... It's pumping up right now. You know, I mean, it's almost disrespectful. It's like there's so much important stuff. I'm sorry, you know, like I'm gonna be a little bit uptight here, and I'm gonna sound a bit like a dick, but you know, like there's so much important stuff going on in this space right now, and people are fucking around like a joke on Doge. You know, I mean, there's no reason to buy Doge. It's just, it was made as a joke. You know, like it's publicly known. It was made as a joke. It's Doge. What are you talking about? You know, so what is there to say about it? You know, I remember when I first got into crypto. Around April 2017, I went in a group chat and I asked everybody, guys, what do you think about Doge today? And these guys said to me, it's never a good time to buy Doge, lol. And I thought, why are you guys bullying me? Why are you being so mean to me? This is what I thought. And you know, like I look back at it now, you know, nearly 4 years later, and these guys were 100% spot on. You know, it's just a shitcoin. I see, by the way, my assistant is responding to your inquiries about VIP right now. Are you going to long the breakout from Bruna? I'm already long on the breakout, so no. I might trade it again on Bitcoin, but yeah, actually, to be fair, it looks like a pretty safe trade, but I'll only tell VIPs about that because that's where I put all the information about my trades. Do I think Coinbase will add Cardano? I've no idea. Forflies, should we enter? I can't tell you that, bro. You're asking for financial advice. Can I show how I draw rectangle box bar support resistance? Yeah, Jason. I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's find you another chart where I can demonstrate this. This is primarily something that I cover in the course, in the Forflies Academy course, which you get depending on which access you take into VIP. You'll get it for free. And it's very valuable content there, so I'm not going to go into it too much here. Because if you've got the course, you already know what's up. And if you want to find out how to get it, then once again, you can follow these steps on screen. However, all I'm going to do really is I'm going to look for where is there some sideways trading action. This is number one. Where is there relative sideways trading action? You know, look, there's something happening here, something happening here. These are key levels of interest. That's number one. Look, a little bit over here. There's a lot going on over here. And then number two, I'm going to look at where are the bounce zones and the rejection zones. That's it. That's basically it. It's just those two criteria. And when I see that there's a lot of bounce zones and things like that in one straight line, that's where I would draw a line or a box. And obviously I prefer a box because it takes into account the fact that it never happens perfectly. So, you know, nice little box you can draw over here. Another, you know, I'm just using the same thing here. Look, there's a lot of rejections happening here, a lot of nice support hits here. So this is another box I can draw right here. You know, there's a bit of trading, sideways trading action happening right around over here. So I'm going to draw a box right here, and it's the all-time high. Look, a lot of rejections happening along this line right now, the current price of Bitcoin. So I'm going to draw another box right here. Look, there's a lot of... Yeah, we got some reversals around this point, a little bit of support hits. This one's a weak box, but I think there's a box to draw over here as well. So, you know, right there, I've just drawn, what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes in front of you. That's how I draw them. I hope that made sense. This was a quick explanation. You know, the full explanation is inside of the course if you're interested. Target levels for Ethereum, 2K. Yeah, $2,000, very doable. You know, I mean, the high that Ethereum set today was 1760. You know, it's only got to push another $250 up from our current price. I keep on saying this to you. Again, if you've been watching these live streams every day because you're subscribed to the channel, you will see the distance that it will take for Ethereum to go up to that 2K level now. It just keeps on closing in and closing in and closing in every video. I think it's super achievable. I think that 2,500 is super achievable. I think 5,000 is achievable in this cycle. You know, it's not so far away compared to what's already happened in terms of percentage moves. It's not very far away. So I think those are some interesting things to keep an eye on. Joe Wilson, cheers for recommending Market Wizards. It's pure gold. Yeah, it is, man. It's probably, you know, it's one of the best books I've ever read in my life. If you guys want to find it, there's a link in the description for you to get access to it. I'm going to keep going through your questions. As I said, I promised you I'm going to answer every single question in this live stream. And of course, the only way I will see your question is if you tag me with @Forflies like this in the comments. So I'm going through absolutely every single one of them today. From Phil, Forflies, this time next year you'll have 1 million subscribers. Yeah, I don't know about that. That would be very cool. But I would have to really dumb down the content to appeal to that many people, I think. It's a real concern I have, you know, like if you want to appeal to the masses, you have to keep dumbing down the content, and that's not a compromise I've ever made. So I did dumb down the titles, you guys have noticed that, but not the actual content. Forflies, I know you're mostly a trader of Bitcoin and Ethereum, but are there any altcoins that interest you? So CHSB, 100%, it's the only one that I'm taking investments in. Cardano looks really fun to trade. Tron, I think when it comes out of this long hibernation, I think it could explode upwards like it already did. This was a big 30% gain in like a day, even an hour. So, you know, potentially an hour. Link also looks really nice. It's getting, it's actually just set a new all-time high. It's still trading within this wedge. I mentioned that this would have been a beautiful area to buy, and look at it flying up. So moving really, really well. I'm going to remove Litecoin now. This is not interesting anymore. I'm sorry. So, yeah, you know, these are the altcoins I'm looking at. Forflies, Wagwan for ETH. Is it ever going to drop lower than 1500? Good question. Good question. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. You know, 1500 isn't far away. From our current price, $1,500 is only 13% away. So that's a fluctuation pretty much. You know, I mean, that could happen in a day. So yeah, it's entirely possible. Forflies, how are the chances of Bitcoin to go up in the next 24 hours? I think they're quite high. The only thing that discourages me is that in 24 hours we'll be in the weekend. So, you know, weekend trading is always a little bit more unpredictable. Do I still believe Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin this year? 100% yes. 100%. Because it's happened every single time in a bullish market before, if I'm not mistaken. Forflies, what happens after 42k? Grind or giant celery sticks? I like the way you phrased that question. I think it'll just be a straight rocket ship up. It's how it's always been. Look, we set an all-time high over here, exceed the all-time high with a rocket ship. All-time high here, exceed it with a rocket ship. All-time high here, exceed it with a rocket ship. All-time high here, exceed it with a rocket ship. It's almost always that way. So 100%, I think it's just a straight lightsaber up to $50,000. That's my main target for Bitcoin right now. Definitely. Forflies, would it be worth to add to your position on ETH? No, I wouldn't do that. Andre, can you check the dollar index? And by the way, Aubrey, I never add to my positions afterwards. I commit to a position and that's it. If I think I should have traded with more money, then I write that down in my trading journal. But I never, ever touch a position other than closing it when it's already open. And that's just, it's vital, vital risk management. Because if I ever expand on a position after it's already open, it means that some things, multiple things went wrong in my analysis before. And if things are going wrong, then I shouldn't be trading. You know, so 100%. I've never increased the position as far as I can remember. I've never done it. The dollar index. So dollar index saw a bit of a pump yesterday, although it's now dropped. So no surprise. Bitcoin was pumping with the dollar index, and now it's dropping. So this is what I said in the last video. Met some Fibonacci resistance. You know, potentially, hopefully, it's going to keep on going down. I don't know what more I can say about this, to be honest. It's a very slow moving index, as you can imagine, because it's a currency. Forflies, thanks for your true and accurate analysis, Sammy. You're very, very welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you guys are liking it, please smash up the likes and show me that. We're at 500 likes. Thank you all very much. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then you're missing out. So make sure you do that so that you can catch the next live stream as well. Very, very valuable content here. ARKQ stocks. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. How do I do TA on markets that are at all-time high, like Ethereum, for example? So the main way to do... Good question. Very good question. The main way that I see to do TA on these markets when they're at all-time highs is I'm just looking for them to continue doing what they're already doing, which is continuing on the uptrend. So that means there's a few ways you can continue an uptrend. I have to really zoom in to show you this. And actually, let's use a naked chart just so that it's not confusing. Right here, you know, let's say we broke, this is the red line I had on the previous chart. You know, we're at an all-time high here. What's going on? How do we analyze it? Well, it'll potentially come back down to old support levels, and that's a way to do TA. You know, old resistance might turn into new support, and that might make us bounce higher. Or it will just trade sideways and then pump up, right? And then it comes down to this old area. We established support over here. We traded sideways, established support here, then we pumped up, and then when we pumped up, we came back down to use this level as support. So that's an example where you can really do some pretty accurate TA on the market. And it's exactly what I've been doing throughout these past few lives. So just go back and listen to them and you'll see exactly how I did it. and that will make a lot of sense to you. And then look, I mean, this was broadly a continuation pattern. You know, we formed that staircase. You know, we just kind of traded sideways, and then we kept moving higher. Sometimes, like this dip over here, the staircase moves downwards, and then we end up trading higher again. You know, so this is how you can kind of do TA on markets that are at all-time highs. When we exceed the all-time high, we usually rocket ship upwards again, just like I showed you on Bitcoin 2 minutes ago. When we trade sideways, I think that's usually an indication that things could pop to the upside as well. So, very good question. That's how I do analysis on these markets. Another part of it is understanding the psychology. You know, it's things like understanding that actually there's not a lot of supply that's in the market right now, and so it's just eager buyers with a fear of missing out, and you know, that helps you kind of it doesn't give you accurate analysis on the market, but it tells you what kind of energy is in the market, for lack of a better word. You know, energy is not a good word to describe this. It tells you what is the sentiment in the market, and that can influence my technical analysis as well. So it's very nuanced, and you know, it changes all the time. And again, this is the kind of thing that you'll see me really breaking down inside of VIP for you. How would I set my entry point using the 4-hour chart? I've already entered Delton, so I wouldn't set an entry point anymore. How would I set an entry point? I'd probably look at, you know, on the 4-hour chart, I'd probably just look at where, you know, where did we find support? Where did we get big bounce zones? Stuff like that. Top 3 favorite indicators, already answered that. Forflies, I know you're mostly a trader of Bitcoin. Oh, I already answered that one too. What is your 2-minute thoughts on EGLD? What is EGLD? I've seen that before. I don't know what this is, but yeah, pumping up massively, basically zero price history. Although it moves a little bit like CHSB, which is interesting, but it doesn't have prolonged trading history, so I don't really have a comment on this. I don't know what you want me to say about this. You know, like, again, this is one of those things where you can't really analyze it because it's just in blue sky breakout mode. You know, it's impossible to analyze. How to, you know, unless, you know, it's coming down to retrace or it's trading sideways, like I said with Ethereum. Forflies, what program are we looking at right now that is displaying the price chart? Spencer, it is tradingview.com, and there is a link to it in the description for you to sign up and use it. It's free. Although, I think the paid plans are pretty good. Forflies, what do you anticipate CME futures go live on ETH will do on February 8th? Major catalyst? Question mark. Ryan, good question. Ryan is asking, when institutional traders start trading Ethereum in about 2-3 days, what do I think is going to happen? Right now, institutions are becoming a little bit less, broadly speaking, they're becoming a little bit less bullish on the market. And I think that's going to start to mean that brakes might be applied on the market. However, I never really have opinions on this stuff because it's not really a technical question. It's also not a psychological question. So if it's not technical and if it's not psychological, then in my opinion, it's just trash. So I don't really consider stuff like that. Never really cared. You know, that's why a lot of the time I don't actually know what's going on in the market with the news and stuff like that. I don't need to know. If I knew, it would mean I'm paying attention to the wrong things, and that would be bad. What else have we got here in the comments? Hope you guys are enjoying this one so far. If you are, once again, please smash up the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Forflies, I know you're mostly... Oh, you've repeated that question a few times. Okay. I'm not... You know, I thought I was going crazy. Brian, what is your process for drawing out range boxes of support resistance? Okay, already outlined that. But how do I get them as accurately as possible? I guess that part is just practice. There's a little bit of just kind of getting a feel for the market. I don't know how I can say that. I think just with time, you know, you'll start to see there are boxes like this box was obviously very important. You know, it's an all-time high. There was some important, you know, look, big pumps that happened off this level, big rejections, you know, consolidation happening here, you know, and the fact that there's an all-time high, it all gives this box more points as far as significance goes. And so, you know, now I just eyeball it and it happens in 2 seconds. But obviously I didn't start out like this, and I think, you know, you'll just have to keep on doing it. When is my next Bitcoin trade? I mean, it could happen as soon as we break out upwards, but I'll tell VIPs about that. Forflies, I have Bitcoin and ETH. I want to trade. I want to take a trade. What coin to convert to USD? I can't tell you that, bro. Sorry. Can you look at Ethereum with the same analysis? Already have. Can I look at Link? Already have. Forflies, what are the color highlighted prices on the price axes? Nothing. There's no significance to different colors. It's just me choosing random colors. In an ideal world, green would mean support, red would mean resistance, but I'm too lazy to change colors constantly. Forflies, thank you for taking time to help and give society a chance at seeing how you personally interpret the charts. People should certainly not take it as financial advice, though. Yeah, definitely not, Justin. It's not financial advice, and I know, you know, you guys sometimes joke about it, but it's super important to understand that. And of course, you know, it's fun doing these live streams. That's why it effortlessly, you know, we're already up to an hour and 10 minutes. You know, it just happens effortlessly. I don't even feel it going by. I'm sure that it's the same for at least a few of you guys watching today. Forflies, we trust you, Sammy. I was terrible at math and now I'm doing well. Yeah, a lot of people are bad at math and still do well. It's not necessary. Thanks for recommending your audiobook on trading. Listening to it since, yeah, it's great. It's really, really good. It's linked in the description, and of course, like with everything, VIPs will get it for free. Actually, not like everything. So the course, for example, it depends on which plan you take with VIP, things like that. Can you please explain to us the principles of breakout, and are there rules to respect a trade a nice breakout? Are there rules to expect a nice breakout? So usually if we break out above a key level like this all-time high that we set today, you know, some traders will like to look for, you know, us going up by 1% above the breakout level or 3%, and that's just to minimize the chances of a fake out where we do trade above the breakout level, but then it just dips right back down. So if it clears 1%, the idea is that it's probably going to keep on going up. It's a real breakout. If not, then whatever. But I don't know how much credit I would give to those theories. You know, there's a lot more that goes into it, and to be honest, I'm a little bit too tired to go into that right now because we're pushing 10 p.m. and it's already been an hour, and that's quite a complicated. It doesn't sound like a complicated question, but it really is. So not today, probably in a different live stream. I'll talk about that. People are asking about the price of VIP. If you want to get the information on VIP, the steps are on screen right here. ETH trades healthy, I would say. No worries. Sideways price action before the pump. Yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. Just going to trade sideways for Ethereum, Bitcoin, and probably pump up. I think that's most likely. Forflies, I know you're. Oh, again, yeah, you posted that question a lot. Don't worry, bro. If you dropped a question here and you tagged me, I will read it. It's guaranteed. I promise you. Do I use candles or sometimes lines to see a chart better? I only use candles. Only. Oh, I've just lost all the comments now. There's a lot of comments. I think I made a mistake telling you guys to keep dropping questions here. Oops. Damn, there's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna bang through these and then I'm probably gonna head off. Damn, okay, I actually... that's a lot. Alright, well, a promise is a promise. Here we go. You know I'm not breaking my promises. This may be the perfect short entry. I don't think so. Ichimoku, more important, referring to... I don't give advice. Forflies, hello mate, can you take a look at FTM? No, I've never heard of it. Challenge accepted. CJ's gonna try and make me hungry now. I actually am. Talking makes me hungry. Like, it's constant talking for an hour. Can we have a look at Link? Already did. Forflies, do you think exchanging part of my Bitcoin for ETH is a good idea right now? Leon, I couldn't answer that because you're asking for financial advice, but I think Ethereum is definitely better to hold than Bitcoin from an investment standpoint, and it just looks more interesting to me. That's why I'm trading it. Are altcoins a trap from whales to get our bitcoins? I guess everything is a trap from whales to get your bitcoins, isn't it? Not even altcoins, just Bitcoin too. You know? Ollie says no pineapple, get out, bro. That's it. Sorry. We told Tammy to leave yesterday. No hard feelings to either of you, but if you don't like pineapple, you got no business here. Pineapple on pizza, specifically. Obviously, pineapple alone is weird. I wouldn't do it, I mean... You gotta have a line to draw. But pineapple on pizza, of course, it's fine. Yeah, I think everything, you know, there's always market manipulation, and the goals of it are always to take bitcoins out of your hands and put them in the hands of people who are patient. Thoughts on Palantir? Never heard of it. What do I think about ICX? My god, it's been a long time since I looked at ICX. I don't want to look at it right now. I can't trade these coins on leverage, so I'm not interested. I only trade on margin. Forflies, you've done analysis on Cardano. Good gains today. Congratulations. Really happy you made some profits on that. LPay, Forflies, there was a lot going on with Ripple lately. Any comments for the weekend? No, not really. It's just going to keep on being a shitcoin, isn't it? So, no, nothing to say about Ripple, unfortunately. Better time to get in on ETH. Maybe give it a few hours, might pull back. I think it might pull back. I mean, it's pulling back right now. I don't know. Leon, do I think exchanging... Oh, yeah. I've already answered that too. Forflies, do you ever close out some profit and then re-put back in the same trade? No, never. If I close out, I close out. Or would it be better opening a fresh trade in that situation? Yeah, if I change my mind, I will open a fresh trade. 100%. Yeah. I don't add to positions. Forflies, where do I trade Swissborg? So you can trade Swissborg with the link in the description. They've got an iOS and an Android app. It's really cool. A bunch of you have already done it. I've seen it. It's a referral link, and I think it gives you some bonuses as well. So check it out. It's the link in the description. That's where you can buy it. Else, you can also buy it on... there's my programming days coming back where I just said else. You can also buy it on HitBTC and Kraken, I believe. Let me just double check that. Sorry, KuCoin. KuCoin, HitBTC, and Uniswap. But obviously, I think their app is the best place to buy it. And the link to that is in the description. I'll keep giving you analysis on Link moving forward. This is one of the core coins I'm going to start analyzing on this channel because, by the way, look at this. It dipped really low today, down to the previous all-time high, and then it bounced right back up. This is classic price action of a healthy asset. Forflies, I know you're mostly a trader of... man, you guys are really repeating these questions today. Am I feeling more bullish on Ethereum or Bitcoin? More on Ethereum, always. Andy, on that Bitcoin chart with green bars, yes, this one, I still don't understand the price markers on the price axis. There's several of them. Yeah, they're just... These price markers mean where I've drawn a line, and they're not correctly aligned. So like this line right here, this price marker at 33,900, it represents this line over here. But for some reason, the price marker is all the way up here. I don't know why, it's just bad programming, I guess. They don't really mean anything, you don't need to worry about them. It's just a level where I drew a line. FTM, again, never heard of it. How much pullback on ETH before a rally again? I don't know, but to go over that again, I see possible pullback areas as being kind of like over here, or ideally kind of like 1580. 1580 would be the best pullback area in my opinion. Or 1650. What do I think about Icon? No thoughts again. Haven't looked at it for years. Literal years. Thanks for the explanation, Jason. You're very, very welcome. Jerome, what do you think about ICX? Again, yeah, no thoughts. Platform I'm using for the video, this is TradingView, link is in the description. Pineapple pizza or burrito with guacamole? Both. Obviously, both. Extra guacamole with everything. If it's an option, I will get extra. Of course, healthy fat. When do I think this bull market finishes? I couldn't say. I really, like, this whole live stream has been analysis about what might happen in the next, like, 72, 96 hours. So I couldn't tell you what would happen, you know, 6 months later. There's so much you would need to get right in order to predict what's going to happen 6 months later. That's why I don't even bother. You know, there is a lot of information that can tell you what might happen soon, but... You know, you really have to get a lot of things right. You have to be consistently right with your analysis for like every 24-hour period, 6 months down, you know, in order to make that kind of analysis. Strictly speaking, that's not true, but I'm exaggerating, but I don't really analyze long time frames like that. Any suggestions for a newbie? You have Doge and XRP, but I'm finding out Doge is a joke. Welcome to the game, Rock. Ripple is also a joke. only suggestion I have for you is educate yourself as much as possible. Buy courses, buy books, buy Udemy courses, buy the Trade Insane package I have, join VIP and gain access to our course. If you can't afford this stuff, then there's a bunch more out there. 100%, you know, you're trading shit coins, bro. You're being bought into the hype, and that's fine, but you know, don't be surprised when you get burnt. Do I think a dump will happen when ETH reaches 2K? Good question. So, yeah, when ETH reaches $2,000, I think there's a very good chance of a pretty substantial drop. So I would probably close my whole position by like 1900. We could fly straight past 2,000. That would be very typical of Ethereum, to be honest. That would be very normal, but I wouldn't bet on that. I have no thoughts on Rubik. Where do I do my indicators? TradingView paid option. You don't need the paid option for my indicators. There is one indicator, which is my EMA ribbon. If you want this, there's actually a version of it in the public library. If you type in Forflies, you will find Forflies MA exponential ribbon, and you can access the same indicator for free. Do I like the cipher? Do you ever think you should trade live crypto like CryptoFace? He made a lot of people rich. No. Trading is not something to be commercialized like that. It's a very internally focused process. It's almost meditative if you do it correctly. You can't do that live. There's too much pressure. There was a lot of pressure with me just trading in VIP. I used to suck at it. Like, sometimes that pressure used to really get at me. It's only until I hired assistants that pressure was taken off me. Is it a good idea to move some Bitcoin to Bybit and try to go for a 2x long? I couldn't tell you that. I trade on leverage, and I think it's great. You guys know the exchanges I use. I use 3. Phemex is one of them. There is a link in the description if you want to trade there. I also use Bybit. There's also a link in the description for Bybit. However, the thing about Phemex is they are a smaller exchange, so if you ever have an issue with them, you can come straight to me, and I will escalate your issue to my contacts at Phemex, and hopefully they'll help you resolve it a little bit faster than you otherwise would have it resolved. The link to this is in the description, and if you're in a place like the US, you will need a VPN, but of course, I can't endorse that. Where do I trade? Swissborg. Once again, link in the description. You can download their app and buy it there. Very, very cool app. What happens when China says they're going to come out with their own crypto and everything crashes back down? If it happens and everything crashes back down, then it crashes back down. I don't know if China's making its own crypto, though. That would be funny. It might. Do you think that we can reach 20K again? I fucking hope so. I really, really hope so. But I don't know how likely it is. Yeah, hopefully it'll happen eventually, you know, like maybe 6 months later, 12 months later. Yeah, hopefully we come back down to 20K. That would be really cool. But I wouldn't say that the probability is high. I would say it's like 50-50 or something. Should I get rid of my Doge? I couldn't tell you that, bro. That's up to you. Why don't I use Binance? Their security is shit. Their security is absolutely terrible. And I'm not going to go into why, but I had a really, really big problem with them. I even tried to find them, and they're super shady. You know, like I went to their HQ and everything. There was nothing. Very, very shady. Very shady. I like what they're doing. It's cool. Competition is good. I'm glad they exist, but I think they're a terrible exchange. I wish I could say something nice about them. A lot of people in VIP use it, and that's fine. You know, I have my own preferences and you have yours. You know, these people in VIP that use it, they've never ever had an issue with it. I'm the only one that I know of who's ever had an issue with Binance. But for me, I've written them off completely. So, you know, like I haven't had issues with Phemex, haven't had issues with Bybit or Prime XBT. These are the exchanges I'm happy to work with and promote. And the links to them are in the description. And if you need to learn how to use them, you can type in, for example, Phemex Forflies in the YouTube search bar, and this will give you my full tutorial on how to trade. How to trade on Phemex. I'll tell you absolutely everything about it. If you can understand even 10% of these videos, you will understand this tutorial. What is the bear scenario? So the bearish scenario is that this turns into a really big dump. We end up falling through the support level, and then I think we would dip really, really low down to like maybe 24k, and then probably carry on higher. That's the worst I see happening for Bitcoin. Ideally, we go down to 20k, but again, I don't think that's likely. My current position is an Ethereum long, and that's the only position I have. What do I think about Aave? No thoughts. Can you show us your current position? Yeah, again, I'm trading Ethereum. Any ideas on XTZ? Nope. Chinese New Year, how much are we on Bitcoin and ETH? I have no opinion on Chinese New Year influence in the market. Same as Valentine's Day, stuff like that. Completely irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. We've got a preacher, a religious preacher in the comments. Interesting. Bitcoin dumped after CME futures were released. Will ETH also dump after CME futures released on Monday? It would make a lot of sense, man. You know, like, it wouldn't be surprising. But, again, I'll just take it as it comes. I don't really have an opinion on that right now. The market is preparing for a dump right now. Don't I see the bearish sign? I mean, we're at resistance for Bitcoin, so that's a bearish sign. But we're, you know, the way we're at resistance right now is way healthier than the previous times. So, no, I don't really see them. Obviously, I still think it's entirely possible for Bitcoin to go down here. I'm not going to be hurt if it does. I don't stand to lose any money, but you know, I would expect to find support off this level if we do get down there. If we fail this level, then I think we'd go very, very low. Thank you all once again for smashing the like button and subscribing if you have done so already. My opinion on Dudex exchange, they're okay. Yeah, again, never had an issue with them, but liquidity was really bad, and I told you guys about that from the beginning. So I did make a tutorial on them back in the day. I think that tutorial is still public. But liquidity on their exchange is really bad. Like, really, really bad. So, I just stopped using them and stopped working with them. What do I think Bitcoin will peak by next Christmas? No idea, bro. No idea. It could peak at 43,000, or it could peak at 43 million, and I wouldn't know. What do I think about Uphold app? Haven't heard of it. Nexo? Haven't heard of it. How high will other DeFi coins be if ETH reaches 3k? No idea. I don't look at them. Have I seen the latest Sailor interview? Nope. You guys are seeing how much I don't care about the rest of the space now. You know, like, I only care about the concentrated work and analysis I do, and that's why I do it well. And beyond that, I really don't care. How can I trade Bitcoin with $100? There's probably, just Google Bitcoin exchange and then your country. Put your country name in Google and you'll probably find some good options. What is my target for Ethereum? 1900, 2000. ETH is crashing. ETH is down by about $15. ETH is not crashing. No thoughts on Swipe. No thoughts on Swipe. What multiplier leverage would I recommend for not a professional trader? I mean, I will never make a recommendation. I use kind of like between 5 and 10 times leverage. 5 is usually the lowest I ever go. My current Ethereum trade is with 7, so right around the middle. How low do I think this ETH dump will go? Again, you know, I would expect it to find the bottom at around 1585, and I would expect it to, you know, another potential support zone is 1650. I would be surprised if it dropped lower than this. If it did drop lower than this, then I would expect some support at this red line, which is at 1450. Alright, that's all the questions answered. I kept my promise to you guys. So, with that... Wait, no, did I miss a bunch? No, I didn't. Okay. I did miss some, but they're not... They're questions that I already answered. Ah, Misho's sitting in a $9,000 profit. Thanks for your analysis. You're very, very welcome. Congratulations on that. Huge congratulations. Hemp is the new GME. Daniel, your comments are getting caught in the spam filter because they look like spam. Yeah, okay, that's all the questions answered. Like I said, I'm only answering questions that tag me at Forflies because other questions are not necessarily comments. Sorry, other comments are not necessarily questions. So there's too many to read. Right, guys, with that, I think I'll be heading off. It's been a great live stream. Thank you all for tuning in. If we can shoot up those likes one last time, of course, you'd know I would appreciate that so much. We've been killing it inside of VIP, guys. Once again, I got to show you this guy. This is off the back of the other guy last month who mentioned that he became a millionaire in VIP inside of 10 months. He started with 30k US. He turned it into $1 million in 10 months. Absolutely beautiful. Optimus Grime, you want to start with 500k? Where do I begin? Probably find a way to buy Bitcoin first, because it's not going to be easy with that much money. OTC brokers might help you. But this guy right here, he sold 95% of his Bitcoin at 38k. And he mentioned that right here, I really love this. Cash is still king until the governments tell us otherwise. I don't necessarily agree with that, but cash is still king 100%. And this guy isn't rich enough to continue gambling here, to gamble. He used his profits that he made inside of VIP to buy a house right here. Finally have enough money to buy a house. And he's only trading with a small amount of Bitcoin moving forward. So, well, to him, this is small. Obviously, it's still pretty substantial. But, you know, still, I think, you know, staying in the game. He did exit. You know, this is a classic. These are the VIP testimonials that really excite me, because this is somebody who made a lot of money in the space after joining VIP, but then didn't get addicted and left when they made the profits they were aiming for. What makes this guy even better, in my opinion, is that he didn't completely leave, because why would you stop trading? It's very good to make money. But what he did do is he just kept a small amount in, and then he kept on moving forward. Again, lots of demonstrations of people trading in very healthy ways. You can pause the video and read this entire screenshot if you like. This is the next page of screenshots from the same guy. And then again, we exchanged some voice messages. This guy's very cool. Obviously, I can't reveal who he is, though. And then, yeah, about a week or two ago, mentioned that he's about halfway to clearing the original loss that he had before he joined VIP. This person, I know you're watching the stream right now, so I'm curious if you can DM me on Telegram right now and let me know. Have you finished? Have you made back everything you lost before you joined VIP? This person lost £10,000, about 13k US. Have you made back everything by now, or no? I'm curious. I'd really like to know. So once you hear this, just let me know. Are you like 80% there? Did you have a setback? What's going on? What's your progress update? Because this guy joined about 3 weeks ago now, something like that, maybe 4, and he's been doing really well since he joined. Another guy over here, this testimonial just in today, 52% profit, absolutely beautiful. It's not even about the small amount of money, it's just the fact that he made it. He could have made it with 10 times more money if he entered the trade with more money. It's not the point. It's still super impressive. Amazing feeling. I've learned, and this is the same thing, you know, someone who's new to the game, learning how to recognize patterns, and now getting a gut feeling before he enters a trade. Thanks to you. Thank you very much for that. He hasn't closed the trade yet, but he's already gained half of his monthly salary in a day, and he doesn't think now that he made a bad decision by joining VIP. So super impressive. Once again, if you want to get into the group, look at this. This guy over here commenting on some really cool benefits that this guy had after joining VIP, and also with free access to our Trade Insane package. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot that you will have access to when you follow these steps on screen. Pause the video here. Click on the first link in the description down below. That will take you to our free Telegram channel with no signups, no downloads required. And then click on the @Forflies button, and this will allow you to send me a message. Click on send message, and you can ask me how to join VIP right there. My assistant has already responded to most of you, and there are a few more messages that have come in afterwards, and he will get to the rest of you very soon. Any final thoughts? Any final questions? I'm going to head off very soon. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Please smash up the likes one last time if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Nico, do I short sometimes? Absolutely, I short sometimes, if it feels safe. Do I live in the UK? No, sir, I don't live in the UK anymore. Mabzino, how did he get 52% profit? Okay, which screenshot are we talking about right now? Is it this? Is it this? No, it's not this one. 52% profit. Here. He made 52% profit because he traded it on leverage. So I've got my new calculator now. Let me can I use it? How do I turn it on? Oh, now I feel like a boomer. Wow. Oh, wow. I can't turn on a look at this calculator. I can't turn it on. What? What the hell is wrong with me? How do I... Right, okay, that's embarrassing. No, I can't turn it on. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's on. Wait, but I forgot how to calculate percentages. Oops. Anyway, you can work this out pretty easily. Actually, let's go to a website. It's called percent-change.com and 1659, 1752. So 1659, 1752. The percentage change there is 5.6%. And he was trading that clearly then on 10 times leverage. So there was a 5% move between his entry and his exit. And he applied 10 times leverage. And that remaining 4% that's missing was probably a fee. Or his calculation being incorrect. Minor issue in his calculation there. So in the UK, you're not allowed to use leverage anymore because your government is tyrannical. And and the UK, the British people are okay with that. I don't know. Wolfram Alpha is good too. Yeah, I never understood Wolfram Alpha, unfortunately. Yeah, guys, I think this guy who is it? The guy who I said I was gonna... Yeah, this guy, I think he's not here today. Well, he was here in the live stream, but I think he's not here anymore. Because he hasn't messaged me yet. I don't really have a favorite shisha flavor. Somebody asked me that today. Sorry, yesterday, but blueberry's cool, I guess. I don't know. I like the fruity ones. Blueberry, strawberry, stuff like that. Someone else mentions he's made back everything and 6,000 more. But you're not the same guy as I'm showing the screenshot of, though. Are you? You're not the same guy. I don't think so. Unless I've made a mistake there, in which case I'm really, really sorry. What do I think about Monero? I think it's great, but it's going to face regulatory issues. I haven't seen any of the Sailor interviews. Yeah, because your government is tyrannical. Don't we know it? Yeah, we do. And it's just that the British public doesn't seem to care. So, I don't know. It's really, really sad. You know, you guys shouldn't even be watching my videos anymore. It's just not allowed. And, yeah, like, what am I supposed to do about that? It's so stupid. It's one of the reasons I left the UK. Nick is still using leverage in the UK. Yeah, I mean, probably... I'd imagine most people who traded on leverage in the UK before are still doing it now. It's not illegal, from my understanding of the law, it's not illegal for you to use it. It's just illegal for somebody to offer it to you or market it to you. But again, it's just, yeah, I will watch the Sailor interview because I think he's a cool guy. But, you know, like at the moment, I've just had more interesting things to do, like drive around in my Ferrari to kind of sit down and listen to an interview, to be honest. It just doesn't really capture my attention because it's not important for me to listen to that stuff. You know, like I don't trade that kind of stuff that Sailor would be talking about. Forflies, will there be my triple-digit trades in the next stream? Will there? I'm too proof of it. I don't know. Did you send me proof? What is your message me on Telegram? I'll show it right now. I'm sorry, because we have so many testimonials of really big profits. Like, look, there's another one right here. I didn't even show this to you. Look. This one right here. I don't know if this is you. Is this you? Because I didn't... Nick, I'm in Staines near Heathrow. I think he was asking you which website, Nick. Not where you live. Look, this is another one that I didn't show you guys. Prime, I make popcorn every time you say you're getting off because I know I have a good 30 minutes after. Yeah, well, I love these live streams. Like, you know, it's cool. It's fun. Look, here's another one. I don't know if this is you. I took 2 trades on blank and made 100% gains in 2 days. Very impressive. Doubled your money. I'm the guy who's been sending you triple digits for months. I'm just watching from a different account because I don't want to promote my YouTube channel here for free. Yeah, makes sense, man. Yes. Yeah, bro, the reason I didn't show yours is because you're not in VIP, so I can't take credit for that. I have shown your testimonials before, but I didn't say you're in VIP. Hang on, this guy wants me to show, this is cool. We all want our spotlight, right? I mean, and this guy's profits are really, really impressive. It's just that, because we get so many of VIP members, I don't show like the other ones that we get. But this one's cool here. Look, 110% on. Yeah, makes sense, bro. 140% right here. This is so cool. 140% on Ethereum. This guy's been killing it, and it's constant. I mean, look, Dude, this guy has so many. I've shown them before, bro. Look at this. 105%. Some of these aren't loading, but I mean, just absolutely killing it. 110%. This is all just in January and February. This is December. 61%. Constant. 171%. I don't know. You must be a millionaire by now, bro. You're outperforming me by a long shot. Plus 50%. Where are your losses, though? You must have big losses. Plus 98%. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely great stuff. So, yeah. It's very, very cool. But like I said, the reason we didn't show it is we just have so many from VIP. I haven't even shown you guys, you know, like all the VIP ones we got over the past few days and stuff. Here's another one from a VIP member. Took 30% profit at 1541. Looks like an Ethereum trade on a good morning. Very, very cool. Thoughts on the dollar? I think it's gonna do pretty badly. I don't hope, but I think it's pretty likely. If you were to buy Ethereum at this point, would I wait? Bianca, I'd probably buy it right now and then leverage trade it. And that's almost always my answer. My answer very rarely changes. But I wouldn't be in that position, you know, because I've already, you know, done my research and stuff like that. So I would have bought it at smarter levels. Some people saying big flex. Yeah, I mentioned the Ferrari instead of watching interviews. It's true though, you know, like I got a PS5 yesterday and I played on it for a grand total of like 10 minutes. And I just I can't concentrate on movies, video games, TV shows, some podcasts only, you know, like, cause when you've got a fun car, like what else are you gonna do, you know? It's, I told this to the new staff member we hired. I primarily now at this point, you know, like family is safe, money is, you know, it's okay. I'm blessed to be in this position. The only thing that I still work for at this point is cars. It's the only thing I care about now. Other than, you know, then there's the other stuff like, and actually this is a big driving force for me. I want this Forflies. I hate the Forflies name, but I want this brand to become the go-to in the crypto space. That's kind of my vision. You know, like when someone says, how do I learn how to trade? They would say, go to Forflies. That's what I want. I want it to be like the go-to, you know, like when someone's like, hey, I need to buy a microphone online. Where do I go? Everyone will be like, go to Amazon, go to eBay. Probably not eBay, go to Amazon. I want to be the Amazon of trading education. I think I know we're the best at it. This is the only thing in my life that I'm cocky about, you know, like I say it and I know that it's really obnoxious, but no one has ever been able to call me out on this. You know, like we make the best courses, we make the best educational content, we provide you with the best learning experience. There really isn't anything better. Try and find me something. You know, this is what I want to do. I want to, you know, like that. Cars are fun, but you know, like as far as the bigger vision, so to speak, my end goal is to get into space exploration, actually, but that's for later. The crypto stuff, yeah, and that's why every day 1% improvements with our products, with our services, with everything. Every day the team and we're trying to improve one thing, one small thing, so that by the end of the year it's completely unrecognizable. And congratulations to our team. We've done that year on year, every single year since we launched. So it's really, really good. We have VIP members who like might have joined us in 2018, 2019. They would join us 1 or 2 years later, and they would be blown away by how much it's changed. It happens all the time. You know, people come back quite a lot. Forflies, why do women only make up 15% of crypto traders? On this channel, women only make up like 9% of the viewership, so it actually might even be lower than that. You know, I think it's just down to gender roles in society. You know, like men tend to be the ones that are going at it, taking the risks a little bit more because of upbringing, because of a bunch of things. I was hoping to find a girlfriend trader. Well, be in the top 15%, and you might get lucky. It's yeah. I don't think you want a girlfriend trader though. Those are two big egos. I'm never gonna make my own cryptocurrency. I don't think I will anyway. It's super unlikely. There were some small losses, but I practice a great risk management because of your teachings. Well, that's amazing, man. So small losses and big wins. It's this guy who I kept on showing the new testimonials of. Look at this. This guy having small losses, but controlled them because of the teachings on this channel. Very, very cool. Chase, this is my first time watching your stream. I feel like I've seen your name before, though. Thanks for the good content. I'm going to subscribe. Thank you very much, Chase. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. If you guys haven't already, please do like and subscribe. And yeah, QWERTY asking why would you want a girlfriend trader? I don't know. I wouldn't pick that as my first choice. I don't know. I guess you get to talk about something in common, but I don't like talking about trading with my friends. It actually, I have to make, like, all my friends want to talk about trading with me, and it's like, yeah, like, you know, we're not on the same wavelength. The only people I talk about trading with are my YouTube viewership and my team, and that's it. That's it. Anyone else who tries to talk crypto with me, it's, you know, we're not on the same wavelength, and because my focus is so narrow, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I really don't, you know, so like, this is why I don't watch other people's YouTube videos. I don't, you know, do stuff like that. I just find that it throws my analysis off. Forflies, I was mentioning him because of your long-term comment. The two dudes were talking about cryptos in general, not price action, you know. Okay, that's cool, Johan. Yeah, look, I'm sorry, I probably came off a bit like a dick to you, but you know, I didn't mean it rudely at all, obviously. I just yeah, I just couldn't really be interested. I will watch it eventually, 100%. I'll get around to it when the hype dies down. Why do I hate my name, and what does Forflies mean? I hate my name because it's a stupid name. I don't hate my real name. My real name's okay. I used to want to rename myself to James. That was a face. But the Forflies name itself is just stupid. How did I get to the name? It was, again, like, I made it because there was this music duo and I liked them. I don't know where the 4 came from. I don't know. I was like 14 when I made it. Rob, first time watching, also may subscribe. I have nearly all my portfolio in alts. Should I jump into fiat or Bitcoin for the weekend, do you think? I can't tell you, mate. I can't give you financial advice. I'm sorry. It's just not something I can do. You're taking big risks there, man. Really big risks. I hope they pay off for you. Big risks hopefully bring big rewards, but you know, one of the things you see with VIP members is that these guys are really controlling their risk very tightly. Look, taking the risk off the table early, they're controlling their risk very tightly, but they're still making big gains. And this is one of the cool things that I want to show you guys inside of VIP. This is what I aim to show you all the time. It's that, you know, you don't need to take unnecessarily high risks to make nice money and to do it consistently. It's not necessary. Richard, love your work, even though I commented I didn't like you a couple of weeks ago. Well, thank you, Richard. I'm glad that you you've changed your mind on that. I think that says a lot about your open mind. Yeah, you know, like, I was thinking about this earlier. I have a very, very rough personality. I have no filter. I just kind of say what's on my mind. I was trained like that from my friends who are much older than me. And I wouldn't have it any other way, but obviously it means that I'm loved and hated. And that's okay. It's normal. Yeah, I mean, some YouTubers definitely get paid to hype certain coins, 100%. But, Forflies, dude, I can't leave until you leave. Beat it. Yeah, I will go very soon. I just, in fact, I'm gonna go right now. I have one final question to ask you guys, because Omar has said, I've been watching since the March crash. That's a long time. That's like 11 months now. Someone else said, I'm just new to your channel. Where can I start on your channel? There's no set start point. We've got some content in VIP if you want to join and dig in. We can tell you, like, you know, we can give you access to one of our courses, and that can give you some information on where to start. But this channel, we don't really have that yet. Although I have something planned on that side. That's going to come when we hit 75k probably. The final question was, yeah, just when have you guys joined the channel? I'm not going to stay on to read your questions, because then I will stay on a lot longer. I need to go now. So thank you all for tuning in. One final time. Like, subscribe, bell, all that good stuff. And as I mentioned before, YouTube isn't sending all the notifications right now, but you will get notifications on my live stream if you're in the Telegram channel. So please join in there. Alright, that's me done. And I will see you all in the next live stream. A very good live stream. We've nearly pushed 2 hours. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you've learned something. Hope you've gained anything. Gained something. And yeah, just one final time. Please let me know how long you've been watching the channel for in the comments. I'm just curious. And I'll read your comments after the live stream. Alright. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.